To be the victim of something is a horror. To be bullied, abused, or beaten is something that no sane person wishes on themselves. Well, the left is insane, which is why the new goal to be desired on the left is to be a victim, time after time creating contrived hoaxes, in hopes they will be perceived as a victim in the eyes of the public. Why is this? I'm Ben Davies, this is Pure Hollywood. Racist receipt hoax has become something of a trend, the most recent one coming from Texas, where a waiter named Cavill claimed that the person he was serving wrote, quote, "We don't tip terrorists," unquote. Well, it turns out this racist receipt was made up by the waiter himself, who wrote down these words in hopes that he would be seen as a victim. However, this comes on the heels of the Red Lobster fiasco, this time coming from Tennessee, where an African-American woman claimed that the N-word was written on her receipt. She shared a photo of the receipt online that also gave away these people's information, and they were hounded by the public. After an investigation, turns out that this racist receipt was also untrue, but the damage was done. Kelly Carter, an African-American waitress in Virginia, sent the social and mainstream media a buzz when she said that someone wrote, quote, "We don't tip blacks." This also turned out to be a complete hoax. Why? Because she wrote it herself. Two things here. One, why do people desire to be victims of hate crimes? Two, if these crimes are so systemic, why do people keep having to make them up? I mean, clearly every news outlet in the country is just salivating to find the next story, no matter how far-fetched it is, as long as it has racism in it. Candace Owens famously speaks out against this victim culture. In her recent PragerU video, she talks about the black card and how, quote, "individuals have used it to acquire both wealth and influence," unquote. And that makes a lot more sense. After all, why would people be doing it if it wasn't a power play? But at what cost? Who are the victims in that situation? Particularly in America, where there's almost nothing worse than being labeled a racist. It could cost you your career, your friends, your family. And how can you prove your innocence over someone's subjective interpretation of your character? Well, unfortunately, a lot of times you can't. It's not a stain easily washed away. Now, obviously, I know that somewhere, some person may do something like this and they should be called out for making racist, hateful comments. However, these victims of slander that I just mentioned were fortunate and lucky enough to have the photos of their receipts themselves, or have lawyers to find them, or have managers or employees come forward to confirm their case. Not everyone would be so lucky. To be able to show the truth, to show who the true perpetrators are, and to vindicate those people who are the true victims in these situations. I'm Ben Davies, this is Pure Hollywood. And another fantastic news, you can now download the Rebel app and take me with you wherever you go to get exclusive content in the entire Rebel lineup.